All right, so this trade is from Wednesday, April 20th. I forgot to start my screen recorder before I started my trade, so I didn't get to show my entry point, but you can see the average cost is $8.05. So I actually ended up buying it really like in the worst spot ever up here at the top of this big doji candle. So it went into a halt, and this 5 minute candle, it halted, and when it came out of the halt, I thought, okay, cool. It came down a little bit, and then it started to come back up. And I thought when it broke through eight, I could buy it, and hopefully it would just go really high. But it was moving really fast, so I bought it at 8:05, and it went up and came back down. So I didn't end up selling it. When I should have probably, obviously, because it came back down, but that wasn't 10 cents at 8:05. I needed it to be 8:15 to hit my goal, so I thought it was going to keep going. It didn't. It fell back down, and you can see the next 1 minute candle where it continues its downward trend there. So it bounced off the 9 EMA. I really should have sold it, by the way. So at 8:05, not selling it up there. Once it came back down, even at 7.88, that's a pretty big loss. I should have just sold it then. I mean, you see right now it's at like 40 cent, 45 cent there at flash loss, unrealized though. So I held on to it through this bounce off the 9 EMA. I was hoping that this was going to be my spot, and it came back up to the $8 area, but it didn't really break through there. So I probably should have sold it again there. Basically, my trades are what not to do when you're trading. So that's the beginning part there. You can see it fell through the 9 EMA and continued down. I think it bounces off this 20 EMA right there, the $7.30. So if I skip forward a little bit here, you can see where it kind of bounced off that area and then started to come back up. So at this point, I was like, okay, this is going to do the same thing that I did the same basic trade the other day, where I bought it way too early. I held it for way too long. It went really low into an unrealized loss. But it could easily, I mean, I could have easily broken everything in this whole account. So I mean, really stupid. But anyways, I held it for a really long time, and then it comes back up. So at this point, I'm like, okay, this is pretty strong. It's probably going to do the same thing, right? I mean, maybe. So just kind of held on to it for a little bit. It'll actually come up to the $8 or really close. I think 7.97, I think is its high, or 7.98, something like that. Gets up there, but it doesn't quite get to the $8. So I'm like, oh man, not good. So moving forward a little bit, you can see it came back down. So I'm like, okay, well maybe this will bounce off the 9 again and then come back up. And then going forward a little bit more, you can see it's hitting that 9 EMA. So I'm really hopeful. Just a little bit further here, you can see it actually goes through that. I'm like, man, I screwed this all up, but it still is at least kind of on an upward trend there, if as long as it doesn't fall through the 20, I guess. So moving forward a little bit more, you can see it actually does bounce off the 20, starts to come back up, and yeah, I was hopeful. I think, yeah, there it actually breaks through, and right in that area right there, I try to sell it on the ask for $8.20, but you can see it continues moving up. So like I said, this is like the same trade that I did the other day, where I bought it too early. I held it for way too long into really low losses. I ended up holding it through it breaking through the point I wanted to previously, but then I sell it and it continues to move up. So not only did I buy it at a bad price, I held it for too long, and then I also sold it too early. Although this did only get up to 850 and then it came back down, I don't think it ever came back up for the rest of the day. So this was the highest point of the whole day. So I could have held it for a few seconds longer, made a little bit more money on it. I mean, I had already held it for so long, so why not, I guess. But I guess when you hold it that long, you kind of have that fear that it's just going to drop again, and you lose your one opportunity to maybe not take a massive loss for the day when you screwed up and bought it at a bad price. So um, yeah, definitely not my best trading these last couple days, but I'm gonna show it, I guess. It's not really what I was hoping that this was gonna be. So yeah, was a little bit of a gain, $45. So I bought it at 805 and sold it at 820, I think. Let's move forward here. This is the trade report. So yeah, I bought it at $8.05, only 300 shares. So I mean, at least there's that, I guess. I wasn't buying as big a quantity as I could have, so somewhat mitigates loss, I guess, but terrible trade. But I sold it at $8.20, and yeah, $45 gross after commissions and fees, $40.24. So the account's at 741.32, and that's up from 532.49, I think. So yeah, not too terrible for the day, but again, this isn't what I wanted to do, and my overall trading hasn't been where I want it to be at either. But like I said yesterday, we're just going to keep pushing forward, and hopefully I'll get some bigger trades in for the end of the month, and we can maybe still hit that $1,000 mark that I'm aiming for. So hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.